All right, hello everyone. Today we're talking about dilations. Our objectives, we're actually not going to draw dilations, just plain dilations. We will draw dilations in the coordinate plane. Right? Um, this is important here on this first page. A dilation or scaling is a similarity transformation that enlarges or reduces a figure proportionally with respect to a center point and a scale factor. All right. So that first example and then this example, both just drawing dilations, not in the coordinate plane, so not really too worried about them. Good problem though is being able to identify whether a dilation is an enlargement or a reduction. So we've got a rule here for that. K, the scale factor, let's just say K is the scale factor, similar to when we did similarity. But K is the scale factor, so if the scale factor is greater than 1, then the dilation is an enlargement. And if the scale factor is between 0 and 1, then it is a reduction. All right. So this next one, we want to determine whether the dilation from Q to Q prime is an enlargement or a reduction, and then we want to find the scale factor of the dilation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Just a reminder, at 3:45, we will be meeting in the library again at 3:45. You would only need something to write with. You do not need your device. Thank you.
Sorry about that interruption. Clearly I'm doing this on the half day here. So, determine whether the dilation from Q to Q prime is an enlargement or a reduction, and then find the scale factor of the dilation. So, if we look at this picture here, guys, all right, from Q, if we're talking about C being the center, and from Q to Q prime, well, did that segment, did it get longer or did it get shorter? It got larger, it got longer, so this is clearly an enlargement. And we can find the scale factor anyway. So again, we do have a formula to find scale factor. And it is take the image, so take the segment CQ prime, that's the image, that's the after. Well, that will be equal to K, the scale factor, times the pre-image. Well, what is the pre-image? That's the segment CQ from center to point Q. All right, and so if we use this, again, this is, I'll write it in words as well. Image equals scale factor times pre-image. Right, that's what we're using here. And so if we just plug in what we've got, so CQ prime is 15. That is equal to the scale factor times CQ. What is CQ? 5. So we divide both sides by 5, and we get here that the scale factor is 3. So that's finding the scale factor, which does line up with it being an enlargement. Again, the scale factor here, greater than 1, so thus an enlargement. All right, to find x, well, if CQ is 5 and the whole thing is 15, well, clearly x needs to be 10. We've got a remaining 10 units there unaccounted for, so that is x units. All right. So that's a good test or quiz problem, being able, knowing image equals scale factor times pre-image. That's a good dilation problem. All right. All right. So dilations in the coordinate plane. To dilate an image in the coordinate plane, you'll be given a scale factor K. All right, and you just got to take any point. So say it's point A, and say that is coordinate x, y. If we want to dilate that by a scale factor of K, okay, well, A prime would just be the scale factor times the x coordinate, scale factor times the y coordinate. And that's how you do a dilation. Just multiply the scale factor times the x, multiply scale factor times the y. Right? And so we've got an example of this here. We've got quadrilateral JKLM has vertices JKL and M. Graph the image of JKLM after a dilation centered at the origin with a scale factor of 2.5. All right, so you guys can plot JKLM if you'd like. In fact, I will do that. -2, +4, that's J. K, -2, -2. L, -4, -2, and M, -4, +2. All right, so this is the quadrilateral we are looking at. Appears to be a trapezoid. All right, and we're going to dilate it with a scale factor of 2.5. Dilation centered around the origin. So again, we're just going to take the scale factor and multiply it by x and y coordinates. All right, I will erase JKLM solely because if I don't, the picture is going to get really crowded here. So let's do the dilation here. So J is the point -2, 4. To get J prime, okay, we're just going to take -2, multiply it by the scale factor 2.5. We're going to take the y coordinate 4 and we're going to multiply it by the scale factor 2.5. All right, so that gives us J prime is at -2 times 2.5, that's -5. And then 4 times 2.5 is 10. So J prime is at -5, +10. So here would be the image of J prime. All right, and we'll just repeat that process with K, L, and M. So point K is at -2, -2. So after dilation, K prime would be, again, x coordinate, multiply it by the scale factor. Y coordinate, -2, multiply it by the scale factor. I'm feeling that it's going to be in the way of my graph here in just a minute. Nonetheless, K prime would be at -2 times 2.5, again, -5, -5. So K prime is at -5, -5. All right, so it's K prime. And we just continue this process. So I'll let you guys go ahead with L and M. You guys find points L prime and M prime. Multiply the x coordinates by the scale factor and the y coordinates by the scale factor. So if you do that, so pause and do that. Then if you've done that, L is at -10, -5. L prime is at -10, -5. And M prime would be at -10, +5. So we plot those points, -10, -5. L prime and M is at -10, +5. N prime, so connecting these, yeah. Just get it away there. We see that trapezoid, this is an enlargement, some of our other trapezoids. Something like this. Oh, there. And so yes, we enlarged it with a center of dilation here at the origin. Our scale factor 2.5. So that's what we should be looking at. All right, you guys can go ahead. Here the scale factor is 1/3. I'll leave this one to you guys. Homework, let me double check the textbook here before we get out of here. And make sure, I just want us to practice the coordinate plane one, so this assignment is probably going to end up changed a little bit here. Apologize. Make sure we're all doing a good assignment here. So let's do 21 to 24. All. Page 677. And let's also take a look at what's another good one here. Let's do 15 through 18 as well. That's ones where you've got to find scale factor and find x. So let's do 15 through 18 as well. So all of those problems on 677, that's going to be our assignment. And I'll mark that in the module as well, so everyone sees that. Don't do 10 through 26. Let's do 15 through 18 and then 21 to 24 all. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you all when we're back.